In this video, I'm going to introduce you to ePort Online, show you how to use it, and how it can benefit your business. In order to use this feature, you need to be an administrator in Seed Live and have ePort Online enabled to your login. First of all, if you're not familiar with this feature, ePort Online is a tool you can use to charge your customers for merchandise they purchase directly from your business. For example, if you run an office coffee service, you can sell and deliver the coffee and supplies to your customer and use ePort Online to charge their credit card for the orders. Or let's say a customer is having an event with their employees and they need to purchase cases of snacks and drinks for the event. They can order the items directly from you and you can charge them for a one-time purchase. Now, if you want to begin using ePort Online, you will need to sign the contract addendum for it and submit it to us. To get a copy of the addendum sent to you, simply send an email to customerservice@cantaloupe.com or contact your sales representative. So to begin, we need to click the Administration tab and select ePort Online in the menu. Before we get into using the feature, let me show you what a typical list of accounts might look like. This customer has been using ePort Online for some time, and they've added a number of customer accounts who they regularly charge for goods and services. As you can see, the table contains the name of the client, the card number charged, the bank to which the revenue is being sent, and the date of the last transaction with the client. Now, if you click this Add button over here, you'll be taken to a page where you can add a new client. However, for the purpose of this exercise, let's go back to the main page for a moment. You can also go to the account creation page by clicking this button. This is probably the usual way you'll be doing that. The account name is merely a placeholder to help you identify your customer when you're managing transactions, so it can be anything you like. The best practice is just to use the company name. Enter the email address of your client's principal contact here. The Pay to Bank account is going to be your bank set up in Seed Live where you want the revenue from the charges to be sent. If you have multiple accounts set up, be careful to choose the one you want to use for ePort Online. Notice this line: if you ever had to change your bank account in Seed Live for whatever reason, the previous account will be marked Do Not Use. Be sure not to use an account with this flag on it. If you're setting up the account with your customer on the phone, get their credit card number, the expiration, and the security code, and enter the numbers in these fields. Otherwise, you will need to have collected that information from them before you get to this page. You will also need the postal code for the billing address of your customer. When the form is complete, click the Add Account button, and the customer will be added to your account list. Back on the main page again, we'll click the Transaction History button. As you can see, this page provides you with transaction details for each sale you create. The default date range for the date displayed is the last 30 days. There are two buttons on the far right column of the table. The View Receipt button will take you to a printable receipt for the transaction on the line. Scroll to the bottom to send the receipt to an authorized requester by email. Enter the name of the company or recipient and their email address and click Send Receipt. The New Charge button will open the form to allow you to create a new sale for the same customer. Cantaloupe assumes with the new charge that you will be sending the proceeds to the same bank account as with the previous charge. The date of the last charge to this customer will be shown here. If the new charge will be recurring regularly, select the interval with this drop-down. The pre-filled amount will be taken from the previous charge, if any. Be sure the amount of the new charge is correct in this field. Enter an invoice number and description of the charge in these fields, but both pieces are optional. If you emailed a copy of the receipt for the previous charge and you want to do that again, leave this box checked. Otherwise, uncheck the box. Click Charge Account to complete the purchase. The charge will then appear at the top of your transaction history. You can also create a one-time charge if you have a customer who wants to make a single purchase. Fill out the form with all the required fields. Enter an email address for the purchaser if you plan to send them a receipt electronically. Note that on this form, you'll need to select the bank to which you want the charged funds to be sent. Complete the rest of the fields as I showed you a moment ago and check the box here to email the receipt if you entered an email address above. Now, one more thing before we close. At some point, you're going to need to run data reports on your ePort Online transactions. The historical record of all your transactions must be compiled and stored in a way that you can retrieve them in an organized report. The way we do that in Seed Live is to create an object called a virtual terminal. Each virtual terminal, or VT, is linked to a bank account, just like we do for a vending machine. All the transactions, then, are compiled under the VT linked to the bank to which your customer accounts are pointed. This makes it easy for you to pull sales reports. You just run a report, select a virtual terminal, set your date range, and all the transactions which occurred under the terminal will be listed in your report. Let me show you an example. The virtual terminal will be found in your device list, so we'll go to the General tab and click Devices in the menu. If you don't know the ID number for your VT, the easiest way to find it is to use the search field here. Just type V2- in the field and click Search. The terminal will show up in the device list on the left. So to prepare to run our report, we're going to click a terminal, then on the Details page, we'll copy the serial number here. Now we just go to the Reports tab and click Build a Report. I'm going to run through this process quickly for the sake of time. If you're unfamiliar with this page, watch our video Running a Simple Sales Report, available in the Cantaloupe website Help Center. Paste the serial number in the field here and click Search. When the device appears, click the checkbox next to the number to select it. Set your event type to entire range. Set the beginning and ending dates and times. Leave all the boxes checked for the transaction type, select your format at the bottom, then click Run Report. The report will return the total for all charges on this terminal for the date range you set. If you need to see a breakdown of individual transactions, simply click the total number. This will give you the details for each transaction. And if you're displaying the data as HTML, you can export it to any of the various formats available by clicking the appropriate button up here. And that concludes this video.